So this is me on one of those random days. It's my old bike. I miss my old bike. It got stolen a few months ago, so I had to get a new one. This is Trapdoor Park. That was, I think, that was last year, 2023. There's really not much to say about this place, but if you live in Berlin, I'm sure you've been to the park. It's quite lovely. There's a lot of history at the park, and especially on the right side of the camera, on the other side, there's there's an old Russian cemetery in the middle of the park. It's quite hidden, but it's lovely to say the least.
Aber der Schatten.
Dankeschön. I've made a few of these videos. However, I'm quite new to this. I don't know how to kind of like put these things together, but I'm just trying out. I'm also not really used to either filming myself or speaking into the camera, or rather into the microphone as well, as you can tell. But it's about the story, I think. No, it should be about the story. And of course the nature. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And here I was just fooling around. It was a beautiful day. I remember I was going through a lot of things in my mind. I mean, I'm still going through a lot of things, but then I was in the beginning of a transition, so I needed to clear my mind, and this was a good thing to do on that day. It led to me to do other subsequent things, which will also come. But it was nothing big, but it changed something about me mentally. So that's why I'm very fond of these videos when I see them sometimes, because they remind me of that time and how I decided just to get out of it. And what I used was
Big ass tree, bro.
a bike. So
This was the
I was
base.
very proud of myself for that.
That's a big ass tree.
Also, with a lot of the things, I do them alone, as you will also see in subsequent videos. This is Strausberg. Yeah, there's a lake up there, Strausberger See. I rode from Tempelhof. Again, this is basically for people who know Berlin. So I rode from Tempelhof to Strausberg. That was tough. How many kilometers was that? I remember on that day I did about 100 kilometers back and forth. So yeah, that was tough. And I think I had only an apple and I think a bottle of water and two bananas. It was good. It was good. As you can see, also I really didn't have any type of camera in me at the time. I just had my phone, and I didn't have a phone mount. I just had this bike mount for the GPS. So I tilted it up at an angle a little bit just to film. Somehow I do like the angle, so but I decided to use that. So you'll just bear with me. Look at how clear the water is. One thing I enjoy about Germany are the lakes. The lakes are usually quite well maintained. They are quite beautiful. So if you're having not just a bad day, even if you're having a good day, it's nice just to go outside and ride and look at the lakes, the rivers. So it's quite nice. So this is another day, I think. I think maybe a week after that, or a few days could be. This is a park near where I used to live.
New water tower.
Those are the water towers, the old one and the new one.
Old gas tank.
There's a bar. There's a very cool bar right at this point. Yeah, they make they brew their own beer and they infuse it with flavor. So it's quite nice. So those are the old gas tanks that I was showing there. There are two gas tanks over there. And now this is a parking place for a driving school, also a training ground for drivers, young drivers. I used to come here to just make laps and ride the bike. It's a beautiful day. I actually had quite lovely days last year. And this was the first time I came to Magdeburg with a bike. So I got into the train with a bike. Thank goodness you can do that nowadays affordably. Just the ticket that you pay monthly instead of per trip. And if need be, then you pay for your bike tickets, which is not expensive. And so I got to come to Magdeburg in the middle of Germany. I'd never been here, or no, I'd been here before, but on transit, on a bus heading to Amsterdam. So it was nice actually coming here on touching ground. And these are actually the trips that made me decide to come and live here. So that's the lake. That's the river. Sorry, it's Elbe. It's quite lovely. During summer, as you can see, the tide is quite low. But like this year, 2024 in January, it was quite flooded. At the spot where I'm standing right now, it was all flooded with water. You couldn't walk there. I know for subsequent videos, I have some other videos which have a better view, a wider. These are a horizontal orientation. Like I said, I was just using my phone. And for some reason, I was recording like this. There's the bike again. That was a lovely bike. Oh, this is another day. It was a week after. This is Leipzig, I believe. This is Leipzig train station. Beautiful, yeah? Sort of reminds me of Stuttgart train station. It looks exactly like this. And Copenhagen main station looks also exactly like this, almost extreme, like block for block. So this is also another day, as you can see, the Elbe, the tide is very, very, very low. So that's usually conducive for water sports. So people usually go there to paddle, swim, and and the rest. I should go. I should go as well. Where was this? I mean, this is just random. I mean, there's nothing professional about this. There's just random videos that I took last year. Like I said, I was going through, like, I knew I had to make changes in my life, and so I thought I had to start somewhere. And this was a good place for me to start in just trying to find myself and being lost. And so I just jumped on the bike and jumped on the train and was riding to different cities. So if I'm not wrong, this is Leipzig, somewhere in the streets. Somewhere in the streets. I haven't been there since, but I should go there again. I should also visit other different cities like Wolfsburg and Braunschweig and Hanover, which are also not really far from Magdeburg. So I'll be looking to do that very soon. Interesting thing about just different cities, as much as they might belong to one country or even to one state, I think almost every city has its own vibe. There's a likeness to the cities nearby, but they also have their own vibe. So I found Leipzig to have its own vibe, which was also quite nice to experience. So it's definitely somewhere where
Nach
I'll be visiting
150
again.
Metern rechts abbiegen auf Holsteinstraße. Rechts abbiegen auf Holsteinstraße, dann Fußgängerüberführung nehmen. Fußgängerüberführung nehmen.
I love bikes. I really love bikes. I really do. And just being on a bike is an experience in itself that
Nach
I never
500
take for
Metern
granted.
rechts abbiegen.
Myself, I have 4 bikes. Not that I ride all of them, but that's just my thing. When you have your thing, then it becomes just that thing that makes you get out of that hamster wheel once in a while. So for me, I've kind of sort of designed my life around bikes and bike riding, and it's nothing competitive. I won't sit here and lie and say, I've done races, although I'm planning on doing races. But for me, just the bike for me represents freedom. it's just it's a level higher than walking, but it's an experience on its own. I know it sounds so mundane when you see someone do it, but when you do it for a long time, and for me when I was young, I really didn't. I didn't have the pleasure of having my own bike and having long streets that are paved, you know, for you to be able to ride, or even to ride
Rechts
in
abbiegen.
forests. It was quite unsafe, or in parks or something like that. But nowadays we live in a different time, and I live now in a different place. I live in Europe. Germany
Nach
has one of the
800
best
Metern rechts abbiegen
paved
auf
bike
Berichtsweg
paved roads,
B2.
gravel or asphalt. So why not? Why not? As you can see, there's really nothing competitive over here. It's just moving from one spot to another in a very cool way. I think bike riding is a very cool activity to do. So even if you're watching this, I appreciate you watching this, but I'll prefer you being outside and riding a bike. If you happen to land on this video and you know me and we live close to each other, let's go out and ride bikes. I've discovered so many places. This is just maybe a fifth of what I've done, and that's just in 1 year. This is just in 1 year, so I'm excited about it. And even though sometimes it can get frustrating, just as all machines do, things break down or you have to replace something, but that's okay. And your body might be feeling some type of way, but from my perspective, it's actually been worth it. So go ride bikes. Doesn't matter what kind of bike you have. All that will come later and you'll find your preferences, but for the moment, just go out and ride bikes. If you're not able to actually ride bikes, just go out and find a way to move from one spot to the other. Or put
Rechts
yourself in a
abbiegen
group,
auf
or
Berichtsweg
if you know someone who
B2.
can actually do that, go and get them and help them to move, to feel the wind in their face. Because in a car, as much as you're driving,
Dem
it's too fast.
Straßenverlauf
Like you
von
don't get to
B2 für
experience really the
1,5
movement
Kilometer folgen.
and the road in itself. So go out there and just get on the road, or don't. That's also okay. No. If I'm serious, just find a way of getting out there. Yeah. In all seriousness, like for me, it was a mental thing, especially after the 2020 pandemic thing we all went through. I was isolated by myself for more than a year, so that was really tough. Now I made it through, but it was quite tough. So I'm glad when I find the motivation, or even when the motivation is not there, just the purpose to go out and just ride the bike. Not for anyone, not for any competition or for any prize, but just to open up my mind and to find thinking space. And or even sometimes when I'm writing, I'm not really thinking. I'm just, my mind is just experiencing. And nowadays things are moving so fast, we don't get to experience. So for me, the bike enables me just to experience. Of course, running, jogging, and walking is also quite good, but like I said, I just cover way more ground in a cooler way, in a faster way, in a more comfortable way, even though it can get uncomfortable. All in all, it's quite good. So there's really not much to see when you get. There's really nothing special. So if you watch this far, I'm very, very grateful. This is just basically Leipzig, and yeah. I have a few other videos coming up. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how. Let's see how this process goes, because you see people just do this, and it looks easy and it's simple. To be really honest, it's simple, but I think the most difficult part about putting out either videos or content, it's just putting it out there. I think you're your own worst critic. Like, I've been sitting on some of these videos for a while, and like, just at the back of my mind, I'm just like, oh, this is gonna suck. Like, this is just gonna really, really, really suck. But that shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't be the reason as to why I'm doing what I'm doing or not doing what I'm not doing. So if you enjoy it, I'm very grateful. I'm just trying to grow. I'm trying different things out. Just as very, very, very many other creators, people are doing this alone. People are doing this with the main job. People are doing this with the job and children. So when someone sees that other people have watched their videos or they've liked it, it's really a confidence boost. It's really a motivator. Just as the same way a banker will see profits and increased profit margins, I've come to find out that interaction with the creator's material is very, very essential to them. Feedback, to the point that even negative feedback
Nach
is also
200
okay, because
Metern
then it
links
also starts a
abbiegen auf
conversation.
Mecklenburger Straße,
Because
B87.
if I speak for myself, I know I'm not perfect at this. I'm not aiming to be. I'm just aiming to share my passion for just riding bikes and just being out here. There's nothing competitive. This is something anyone can do. And you see, a lot of other people are also riding bikes for different reasons.
Links abbiegen
And a
auf
lot of other
Mecklenburger
people
Straße,
also are afraid of riding
B87.
bikes also for different reasons. So if you're inspired by this, that's cool. That's very, very nice. If you're just enjoying the video, that's also fantastic. That's great. And interact with the video, comment, like, subscribe, I guess.
Dem Straßenverlauf von B87 einen Kilometer folgen.
Let's see how far we get with this. Let's see how far we get with this. Thank you all for watching. Thank you. Now, just enjoy the rest of the ride. Till the next one. Peace out.